Welcome to the Latin American Games Showcase, aka the showcase that is weirdly more weeby than the Tokyo Game Show. Pretty consistently. Yeah. This show is very highly produced to an impressive degree, and it focuses on games made in, well, Latin America. This is the pre-show, but they do show games in it, so we're gonna be like browsing and like zooming through a little bit of the pre-show, and then before the main show. They do show games in it. So we're gonna be doing a little bit of this until they show stuff that we care about. Here, I'll skim. Go about right here. Yeah, also the games they present are, like, there's a lot of bangers in here. Skinwalker, Under the Skin. Creating Skinwalker was a connection to my childhood. I was playing a game a few years ago and I loved it. And then when I went looking for other pixel art emotional experiences, I couldn't find any. So I said, okay, I've been in the video game industry for more than 20 years. Let's create a project like this. Skinwalker offers players a high contrast experience. It manages to combine the emotions of a very strong, powerful narrative with action-adventure gameplay. One of the challenges of the game was capturing a dual perspective, one that represents the man, one that represents the beat. Visually, we tried to convey that frenetic action on one side, but also the psychological depth in the main character.
Los escenarios de Skinwalker
The environment in Skinwalker was so that players could solve them through logic.
Resolverlos a base de la lógica o puede
open their own path through alternative routes.
la experiencia sea única para cada uno de ellos.
La música de Skinwalker
The music of Skinwalker was a beautiful process for me. I've been involved since the early days, and I've always loved the story. What I wanted most was to represent and respect the emotional drama and character goes through, because he suffers deeply from what's happening to his daughter. And that was something that held a lot of identity for me. Spoilers. Spoilers, what the fuck? Your English dubbing is giving me nightmares? What do you mean? What's wrong with my English dubbing? Turn it down a little bit. A bit loud. The joke wasn't that I was saying that there was a lot of anime in the Latin American Game Showcase. The joke was that there's more weeby shit in this showcase than the Tokyo Game Show. You focused too much on the setup that you missed the punchline. Little hidden object game. Little cat. Burger King foot lettuce. To survive, you must beat all the levels. In story mode. Before he catches you. Challenge rivals from other worlds in endless mode. And more rivals to be revealed. Hey, if it isn't my favorite,
Quiver.
Chunky Jump. like Jump King for real, on God, no cap. This looks sick. Really makes you feel like a frog. Frog Rain. Cool. Australian game. Wait. We're in the Latin American game show. How is there... Wait. Wait, how does that make sense? How is it both in Australian games and... Wait. Wait. Hang on a minute. How's it screen Australia if it's Latin American game? Latin Australian games? Huh. Australians are accepted by Latin America? They shouldn't. They're very racist. They shouldn't be. SSX tricky. By own gravity. Looks sick. In a world where snowboarding games have been all but abandoned, looks fucking awesome. I love that indies... Maybe it's just because there's so many indie games. I love Hyper Yuki. I love that there are indies that...
Oh, jeez.
I love that there are indies that can fill the gap that AAA has left behind. Like, nobody's making fucking, no, they're not making a new Jet Set game. Here's a little indie studio coming in making Bum Rush Cyberpunk, you know what I mean? Be surprised that Latin Americans are also racist? I think everywhere's pretty racist, but Australia's pretty bad. Pack and pack. Darkest Dungeon meets Slay the Spire. I was hanging out with friends and one Mexican person started going off on how they don't like Argentinians. I mean, can you blame? No. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think that's everywhere. Everywhere's got those people. My aunt said that my grandpa said that my cousin said that my brother twice removed said that my great grandma said that Mexicans are the worst races. But I've heard an Italian person say the same thing about Italians, so I think we're all just hella racist. Yeah, I think everyone's just racist. Not here. Americans have never been racist, not once. Your uncle left you his computer as a living inheritance. Within his file, you find a mysterious game. Desktop Explorer. I'd wipe the search history before playing that PC. I wouldn't. I want to know what kind of freak shit my grandpa's into. I want to know. I want that forbidden knowledge. Come on. Could really shape my opinion of him post-death. I'd know how to feel. Yeah, it was like papercraft. Showcase hasn't even started. A vastly different video game. What the hell is happening going on? What are you talking about? I don't know what you're talking about. I wasn't saying anything in that moment. Shadows of Roma Tower. pirate zombies. Much more than zombies. That's pretty sick. If that's like an actual game mechanic where like it's like co-op and you can hallucinate one of your friends being a monster. What a vastly different vibe. What an absolute mood shift that just was. I thought those were hands. I now realize that they were hands. Wilhelm. I don't know what's happening in this video game. Oh, is it like a King of the Hill kind of thing? I gotta open my window. I opened my window. Now, what's your opinion of raspberries? I want a new battle block. Does that team still exist? Because I don't think pit people sold very well. It's on Steam? Raspberries? No battle block? I know, I'm saying I don't know if that team still exists. Because I don't think their next game, Pit People, sold very well. I did mean strawberries. You mean raspberry as in the tongue thing? I mean raspberry as in the berry. Yeah, I don't like the berry itself, but I like raspberry flavored things. Scavengers of death.
Esto no es un tráiler de videojuegos. De hecho, ni siquiera es un tráiler. Son 26 segundos para mostrarte la Universidad Panamericana en Guadalajara, México. Un lugar donde tus ideas empiezan a ser realidad desde el día 1. ¿Por qué? Porque en la Facultad de Ingeniería y Arquitectura no te preparamos para el futuro. Te ayudamos a construirlo desde hoy, junto a personas talentosas y proyectos reales de la industria. Aquí no solo estudias una ingeniería o arquitectura, te conectas con el mundo real y descubres el camino que quieres crear.
¿Por qué? Yeah, I figured that out. So this. You want subtitles? Please watch the showcase on YouTube. Done. Disable captions.
Gutierrez, representing Paramo Games from Cochabamba.
Sorry, I was testing things.
Hi, I'm Jose Gutierrez, representing Paramo Games from Cochabamba, Bolivia. It is a great honor to open this edition of the Latin American Game Showcase and to be the first Bolivian game to take part in the event. I'm really proud to share the stage with so many amazing projects from all over the region. Juegos tan extraordinarios que reflejan la cultura y el talento que existe en toda Latinoamérica. Sigamos creciendo y mejorando juntos como hermanos. Our game is a cozy adventure with town-building elements, where you play as a llama on a journey to find your family. Let me introduce you to Lamalandia.
Be a llama. Build your sanctuary. I think llamas do that. Meet cute friends. Grow your family. I didn't read that one.
Hola and welcome to the Latin American Game Showcase, the Game Awards edition.
Hey,
I'm
Steffi.
Steffi Varela, joining you from La Ciudad de las Artes in Panama City as we come together to celebrate an amazing year for Latin American indie games.
And tonight isn't just a showcase, it's a celebration of the stories we've told, the worlds we've built, and the global recognition that our region has earned throughout 2025.
And as we look back at the big moments of the year, we're also looking ahead towards 2026 and the incredible projects already taking shape across Latin America.
Throughout the show, you'll see this icon on screen, meaning the game has a playable demo available.
If you want to try and enjoy demos, discounts, and plenty of new titles to wishlist, be sure to visit our official Steam sale.
We also have a dedicated promo page on GOG featuring a curated lineup of Latin American games for you to explore. On top of that, GOG is offering 15% off your first paid order store-wide. Just use the code LAGShowcase15 at checkout.
So let's begin
Why
the
15?
celebration
Oh,
the
never
best
mind. I
way we
figured it out.
know how, with a selection of Latin American games you can play right now.
Step into the arena as Baki Hanma in a 2D action fighter packed with
That's
explosive
wild.
brutal clashes and original music. Prove your strength, dominate every challenger, and rise as the true god of combat.
Baki Hanma, Blood Arena.
Official anime supported Punch-Out.
Every fight is
Remake
personal.
thing.
It's Bittersweet Birthday, a boss fight only action adventure where mystery, memory, and survival collide. Uncover who you are, escape those hunting you, and piece together a past you can't outrun.
Yep, My Hero Academia.
Combine, craft, and conquer. Kingdom of Cards lets you fuse cards to create tools, units, and unstoppable armies as you explore, farm, steal, and battle bosses. And during the showcase week, it's 30% off.
Kingdom of Cards.
A hand-painted tribute to friendship, memory,
that's-
and the legends we
Mm.
leave behind. Master Lemon is a heart-filled journey through languages, cultures, and magic.
I don't think that's
Now
painted.
available on all platforms.
That might be. I don't know if I would. One trolley.
Too overwhelmed with the trolley problem?
6 people.
Not anymore. The trolley solution is
choices.
here. A compilation of strange,
One solution.
wacky, and unpredictable minigames aiming to solve philosophy once and for all. It's bizarre, it's playful, and it's out now.
Isn't all pixel art painted? Well, at that point, all games are painted. You know what I mean?
Finding what genre can be. Blending ideas, bending rules, and pushing boundaries with fearless creativity. This next selection celebrates exactly that. And we're kicking it off with our first highlight of the night, the anticipated sequel to a cult classic horror title and one of Chile's most renowned gaming IPs.
Hola, mi nombre es Gabriel. Y yo soy Germán.
Hello, I'm Gabriel. I'm German. We're the co-founders of Dual Effect and the co-directors of Tormented Soul. Dual Effect was founded in 2018 while we were producing the first Tormented Soul. Now we were developing the sequel. No, right, we already developed.
Ahora ya el 2025.
Now in 2025, we've just finished developing Tormented Souls 2. It's a game that aims to bring back the classic essence of 90s and early 2000s survival horror. Things like fixed camera angles, limited resources, manual saving, and strong sense of nostalgia that played in our favor. Creating Tormented Souls 2 was a challenge. We needed to improve the first game and meet the expectations of players waiting for the sequel. We made it much bigger. We added a whole town with different locations, expanded enemy variety and the available weapons, we improved the combat, and it resulted in a better product overall. For us, it's a great honor, a huge source of pride to have developed the game. With a fully Chilean team, developers, artists, and musicians. It shows there's a lot of talent in Chile. Tormented Souls 2 is now available on PC, PlayStation 5, and Xbox. It's also a demo, so give it a try.
can bring out the darkness in our hearts.
My name's Caroline.
You don't look like one of the locals.
Anna still has a role to play in this story. And this is your destiny.
Had to write something down. What did they choose, Dumpling? No, I have not. What is this gameplay? I don't know. I was too focused on the minions laughing in my ears. Tweaker. This is the second variant of Suica we've seen, and I love that it has inspired gamers. I love that game developers took inspiration from it and are making something new and unique. Similar to the Minesweeper thing that we were talking about yesterday, Vic. Like that. I love that they're taking that base concept of a game and advancing it into something entirely different. When are we gonna get a really good roguelike tic-tac-toe game? Eagle Lane Paradigm. Rock, is this real?
That's quite a jump. Bon voyage! The art's still at 75% capacity.
For me, it's just the beginning.
Fatal Run 2089.
I'm too fast.
Did that say it's coming to Atari?
I'm still wondering whether I should start this investigation from the beginning or the end.
Point and click game?
But first, we must awaken the detective.
With time travel?
You
maybe Frankenstein stuff. Prologue out now. Gross. Are you playing as Abraham Lincoln in this game?
Rated T for teen.
A new Golden Idol game came out recently. Oh, this was in the pre-show. Girl and her dog.
Let's keep the celebration going with a lineup of titles you can jump into right now.
Right now.
In a world without death, your blood is your timer. Dash, slash, and improvise deadly combos in Blood Rush, a lightning-fast gothic roguelike where momentum is survival.
Is there a whole thing that you're not supposed to say that word?
Defend the jungle in
Skinwalker?
A chaotic 2D roguelite starring a very determined monkey. Explore shifting dungeons, stack wild...
Yeah, I don't think so.
Bizarre enemies in endless runs. The full release drops this week on December 11 on all consoles and Steam. Into corporate servers and into the grid, a cyberpunk deck builder and dungeon crawler hybrid where strategic card combat meets tactical map exploration. Scour the digital landscape and become the...
I mean, yeah, I guess. I don't know. I think that's if you're like, it's not like a slur or anything. It's more like a superstition kind of thing. Like, I personally don't believe in skinwalkers or wendigos, so I can say them, no worry, because I'm not manifesting anything onto me. It's not like it's a slur or anything. It's just kind of like a... by saying it, you're like summoning them kind of thing, you know? At least that's my understanding of it, but I'm white as shit, you know?
Even while you are away.
Ours is a region rich in color, history, and culture. Our games often carry a strong sense of place, identity, and visual storytelling.
It is not white, not the way I poop it.
Perfect example of that. Celebrate it not just for its narrative voice, but for a visual identity that stands out with authenticity.
Sorry, Steffi. I talked over a Steffi, and I should have just stopped talking.
Carajo, mierda. Loco, ándate a jugar más allá, ya nos arruinaste todo.
No es justo. ¡Julián! ¡Carajo, Julián!
November 14th, 1992. I'm Detective...
Even then, that's different based off of, like, what Native American tribe is, like, talking about it. Like, Skinwalkers and Wendigos have a lot of, like, variety in what they are and who they are and their purpose of it and all that kind of stuff. Like,
trying to kill me.
In the same way of, like, other, like, folk tales that we have, you know, that of us crackers have, you know what I mean? It's all just kind of the same thing. Native Americans are a lot more, or at least were a lot more, like, tied to all that stuff.
I don't even know how long I've been here anymore.
And I'm sure quite a few still are, you know. But, like, but yeah, Wendigo and Skinwalker are regional things, yeah. Wendigo is, if I remember correctly, Wendigo is, like, Pacific Northwest in Canada, and then Skinwalker is basically the entirety of Southern America and Eastern America.
I'm the creative director at Behold Studios, creators
if I remember correctly. But it's been a long time since I looked into all that stuff.
Rather than a warrior. So you're exploring this huge Metroidvania style dungeon. As you progress, you find new ingredients. So there's an element of survival into this game because you bring resources back to your campsite and you build and you craft and you have new tools.
Both are very cool.
Progress. But also whatever you
fun to learn about.
It's what defines your stats and your abilities and your skills. So you need to find new ingredients as you further progress into the dungeon. It's a multiplayer game where you can play online with up to 3 players. So imagine you and your friends just kind of like lost, trying to understand how to further progress, how to find the treasures, solve the mysteries, solve the puzzles, and fight the bosses, and find all the treasures inside this dungeon.
The Wendigos in that one video game that I will not say because it is a spoiler to say, but it is a very popular game that has them, is by all counts wrong in their depiction of them. But it was pretty horrifying and cool. It was pretty cool. Can't find anything that says more than what you mentioned about the superstition. Yeah, it's like a manifesting thing of like when you say their name, it's like you're summoning that fighter. You're summoning that upon you, you know. I yapped over that game. That game looks really fucking sick.
This looks fun. Uncover the island's darkest secret. Unlock powerful weapons and forge your destiny. Hayaku, Island of Darkness.
Cool. Yeah, they did do the animation. But at least the game looked cool. Brother. Similar to Bloody Mary? Yeah, I mean, like, again, it's all just like, it's all folk tales and cryptids. It's all that kind of stuff, but like, because it comes from Native American, it has like a lot more. It's a lot more. It has a lot more of like a cultural tie to it, more than just like Bigfoot, you know?
Whimsical utterances.
That's cool. That was a hot dog. Do you see that? I'm gonna go back. Look at that hot dog. Here, I'll do it one more time. Look at that hot dog. Magical blush.
specifically?
Ooh.
Who's a good boy?
Yeah, they are different, but they're also, like, treated as the same thing. It's complicated. It's very complicated.
I made you soup.
Thank you, my little
Petal.
I mean,
Mother?
Mutter. Are you sure you're allowed to do that? You sure you're not gonna hear from Studio Ghibli's lawyers? Are you sure you're allowed to do that? Is this like a... We need a name for games like this. Of like the... What's the name of that one game? It's like a Border Patrol game. Papers, Please. We need a name for games that are like Papers, Please. We need Paper, Please likes. The
What do you see when you look into the eyes of a life?
processing games.
Do you
know?
see yourself? Places you will go. People you will meet. Do you see only what I show you? Do you find my secrets there too? Do you find purpose, happiness, regret? Did you clean the gutters? Did you check the pipes? Did you sweep for webs? You're the maintenance man! You must maintain.
Good rap. Cool. Y'all remember that one Netflix
Let's take a short
show?
break to thank
The
our
House or
presenting
something? What
sponsors.
was it called?
Raw Fury, ongoing
House?
champions of Latin American
MD.
talent and publishers
Hi, Wade,
of
how are you?
Deep Dish Dungeon. Annapurna Interactive, supporting bold, meaningful visions in interactive storytelling. Mexican Ninja, a fast, chaotic 2.5D roguelike beat-em up full of attitude. Pulsatrix Studios, who just launched their very anticipated psychological horror title, Ayla. Epopeya Games.
That's out?
Longtime supporters of Brazilian development and publishers of Gaucho and the Grassland. Tormented Souls 2, sequel to the Chilean cult horror classic. Halberd Studios, developers of 9 Years of Shadows and one of the creative forces behind our visual identity.
I'm escaping to the one place that hasn't been corrupted by capitalism.
Of Latin American creators. ID at Xbox.
Space!
Latin American
Hi, Icky.
games through the Xbox
How was the show?
including upcoming titles you can wishlist right now, like One Card One Shot Mafia, the first ever sniper card game, and Mark of the Deep, a story-rich pirate adventure mixing Metroidvania exploration with Souls-like challenge on a cursed island. And already available on Xbox, discover Relic Hunter's Legend, a top-down looter RPG packed with hard co-op action and over 100 hours of play. Sopa, a magical emotional journey through South America that begins with a simple potato
Mercer
farm
touched my
and the
back so I can die now. You can never wash.
life adventure capturing childhood and the unique magic of football in Quito, Ecuador.
Before we move on, I'd like to welcome Justin Woodward from The Mix to share some exciting news about a new partnership we're building for 2026.
Hey, Justin.
What is poppin', everybody? This is Justin Woodward, co-founder of the Mix, the Media Indie Exchange, and Experience Studios, a nonprofit organization that helps underrepresented developers get access to funds, investment, platform holders, discoverability, and visibility for their games. And we are very proud to announce that we are partnering with the Latin American Game Showcase to help fund games that are in this cohort. So some of the games that you see here in this showcase and that you will see in the future, we're helping to get them access to investors, distribution, funding. If you're looking to donate to this charity for these developers, you can check the QR code right now. It'll directly help the developers get to where they need to go with their games. You guys are great. Again, Justin Woodward, thank you guys for tuning in, and let's make some games happen.
And now, let's look at more incredible games you can play right now.
Survive the ruins of a failed robot uprising in Beacon of Nada. Build and upgrade your base. Hold the line against relentless waves and explore a crumbling world in search of humanity's last hope. Slash, shoot, dash, and explode through Megacorp's robotic army in Leah Hacking Destiny, a wild action roguelike where every run is a chaotic mix of weapons, power-ups, and feline rescue missions.
How long is this showcase?
Your finger
it was an hour and a half.
Arcade 2 turns
30
the
minutes for me.
touchscreen into a battlefield as you unleash divine power in an explosive shoot-'em-up with mad scientists, secrets, and non-stop action. Face brutal bosses and unravel hidden truths in The Bar Souls, a retro pixel Souls-like set in a mysterious digital realm where every victory reveals a deeper secret.
I should continue One Piece.
Step into the dark spotlight of The Mare Show, an arcade horror journey where your flashlight uncovers secrets, unlocks new visuals, and keeps terrifying creatures from getting too close.
Our Game Jam became one of our most impactful initiatives this year, a space built for experimentation and bold ideas. The following segment is all about that spirit. Games that innovate through mechanics and genre. Starting with our third highlight of the evening, a charming title that knows exactly what it means to be born in a game jam with innovation in mind.
Hola, me llamo Isaías Arroyo. Soy
I'm a game developer, music composer, and I recently founded my game studio called Panpipe Studio. One of my biggest motivations for making games is combining different art forms and bringing them together. Being able to create such rewarding experiences for people feels really special. The Lags Game Jam offered an opportunity to go to Gamescom Latam, experience the event, and also do business. I was a huge opportunity was a huge opportunity. The main idea for Colorbound came from the Game Jam's theme. Out of sight, out of mind. Please speak up, Patrick. I interpreted this phrase as the player being only able to interact with things that are visible. You can make objects disappear by changing their color to match the background. The mechanic felt really fun, so I decided to develop it, and that became Colorbound. Going to Gamescom Latam was the meeting of the White Thorn was the one I really wanted. Oh my god. I knew that they were a publisher that aligned with my game, with its concept.
En Whitehorn somos un publisher en Erie, Pennsylvania, que se enfoca en juegos que son accesibles.
Focused on games that are accessible, inclusive, and relaxing. When we went to the conferences like Gamescom Latam, we and when we saw Colorbound, it fit all of those categories. So we looked at each other and said, this is a game we need to have. The game evolves a lot. It went from having no narrative to needing a story and character development, a new visual style, new mechanics and levels. I want to invite you to follow us on social media and support us with a Steam wishlist. It would help a lot. Thank you. Sorry, that was hard to keep up with. Nothing else, the sprites are adorable. I remember seeing this game like a couple years ago, a year ago maybe it was at the summer showcase. I remember it looking way different than this. Yeah. Probably when they were announcing the Game Jam, or whatever, speaking about it in the first. Probably because you're craning your neck to look at the stage. Going to the Game Awards seems like fun in the way of like meeting people and like that kind of thing. Actually watching the show looks horrible for being there in person. One of those games. That's sick. That looks infuriating. I might play it. A game where you play as Thing from Addams Family, and you're constantly being chased by a rat. Arm around. Bobo didn't believe in anything, but Jordan told Bobo about walking. Wally told Bobo about a wall. No problem, Bobo can forget. Bobo didn't believe in falling, but Newton told Bobo about gravity. Restore Egg told Bobo how to jump. I don't know. Bobo can only know 4 things, so he forgot to learn from Globerto. This game's expanded my friend Orion's thought. Oh, this is a review, okay. Fuck you, Newton. Bobo's Belief System. That's a really cool game. I also thought it said "Cumrag," but I chose to be silent. I'm glad someone else did so that my silence could be broken. One card, one shot. Reminding me that I need to play Connor as Hero. This looks fucking awesome. That's a wish list. Shade Protocol. Follow us on Kickstarter. Is it still kickstarting? Hang on, I might back that one.
Let me introduce you to a Costa Rican project that celebrates Latin American games in its own unique way. Right, Juanito? Have that up for later. Cool. Pandora. In 2025? That's awesome. See an Outer Sloth a whole lot. Good on you, Outer Sloth. More games you can play right now.
What if Mega Man was Samurai, basically? I was thinking on...
Of a groundbreaking AI, reality begins to fracture. Ayla is a first-person...
We'll talk about this later. Wade, if you're still here in like 45 minutes, remind me that we talked about Mega Man.
Truly unsettling.
I didn't know Isla was out.
Like a Latin cowboy, as you explore the grassland, support your community, and bring harmony between humans and the mystical beings that share this world in a relaxing, cozy South American adventure.
Esse é o meu Rio Grande.
Crafting, cloning, and comedy awaits in Kentum, a survival-infused Metroidvania post-apocalyptic adventure. Seek out supplies, build machines, platform through mysterious biomes, unceremoniously die, and reclone on your mission to rebuild civilization.
Hey Bunny, how are you? How was Warframe?
Blends card-based construction with strategic combat as you expand your kingdom, face nightly sieges, and shape your realm's destiny. Assemble your elemental squad.
I love robots. Hey, that's good news for me.
Mix synergy.
Jade Cake, you hear that?
And survive shifting environments in the vibrant action roguelike Charge Squad.
We've arrived at our final segment.
The worms are very acrobatic today.
Through pure, joyful, addictive gameplay. Let's start with our fourth and final highlight of the night, an Indie Game Awards nominee for Indie Game of the Year, brimming with charm, personality, and brilliant gameplay design.
Indie Game Awards are next week, by the way. Indie studio from Sao Paulo, with over 10 years of history. Our newest game, Pipistrello and the Cursed Yo-Yo, is a game that combines two unique elements that we've known since we were kids, a big city and a yo-yo. The game has 3 million combat, platforming, and puzzles. The yo-yo has not only been flexible and versatile, but it also allows us to create extremely unique and fun situations. And when you combine that with a city filled to the brim with a bunch of fun things for the player to find, it becomes a treat for exploration and action lovers alike. Brazil is a huge mass-up of culture. In the game, you'll come across the most traditional boroughs and modern districts as well. You'll be listening to a soundtrack with a prominent Brazilian soundtrack, where there's samba, bossa nova, Brazilian funk, mixed with a retro chiptune beats. Very nostalgic sound. Thanks everyone, and play Pipistrello. Pipistrello. Honestly, Icky, didn't think about that until right now. Yeah, I think it might. I think Expedition 33 might win Game of the Year at the Indie Game Awards too. Didn't think about that as a possibility until right now. Yeah, I think it probably will. World premiere. That's a wish list.
Go, go, go! What are you waiting for? Slimy wants to go have tea time with his friends, but he needs your help to make it happen.
This is the game that I started making years ago.
Amazing stages across 5 different worlds filled with surprises to fulfill his epic objective. Just make
I very briefly, I was like, I'm gonna get into game development, and this is the game.
bounce, slip and slide along slimy. Avoid mostly harmless enemies and very harmful obstacles. Channel on to some amazing retro music. Don't underestimate this challenging precision platformer, though, or no tea time for you. So go and play, go!
That's wild.
Soon.
I'm glad someone else had the idea.
Now? It's out now? Go, Slimy, go! Available now!
That's very cool. Okay. So before I started streaming, I wanted to get into games in some way. Before I started making content, like, fully, right? This was in, like, 2017, maybe. Like, I was probably 18, maybe 17, like, something like that. I started to learn game development. I started to learn Unity. And that kind of started me on track to learn a lot of what I know about game development today. I would probably have a way easier time doing it today than I did back then, just because I know a lot more now about non-linear editing tools that all game development uses and also all editing programs use. So, like, except for, I guess, I shouldn't say all game making tools. There's some that are pretty, whatever, you get the idea. And the idea that I had for a video game was a game where you play as a slime. You are not the protagonist of the game. You are playing as the slime enemy that you will encounter in the first stage of a game. And the whole game, I didn't have like an outline of the story or anything, but the basic idea was you are playing as a slime, and there are heroes that are the enemies of the game that will try to, like, that are the enemies, you know, they're the Goombas, they're the whatever, you know. And that was the basic idea of the game, of a action platformer, or really just a, I guess, precision platformer, where you are dodging enemies that are like hero characters. In any other game, they would be the main character kind of thing, for like boss fights and stuff like that. But you are the slime enemy that is trying to avoid them, kind of thing. I'm glad that someone else had that idea, because that looked like that. I even made the main, I like drew a concept of the main character, and it looked a lot like that. But this was before, like, I really got into streaming, like, big time, and got into content creation in general big time. Yeah. Go Slimy, go. I don't know what you mean by that, Quack. All right. I'm normal. You've seen Cocaine Bear. Now meet Crack Panda. Cool. You know the drill. Hello, parrying. The Quack has 9 souls. Looks fucking sick. But wrong and didn't realize until right now. Give him your reward. This reminds me of that one cursor game we played. It was I think it was called Mouse Required. The Kindling. Weird. Rolled out. How I feel about editing right now. Evil specific. Trying to quickly see if I had. Oh. Soul Quest.
And that's our show.
A massive thank you to our presenting sponsors, Raw Fury, Annapurna Interactive, Mexican Ninja, Pulsatrix Studios, Tormented Souls 2, Epopeya Games, ID at Xbox, Halberd Studios, and Universidad Panamericana Campus Guadalajara.
Huge thanks as well to Jeff Keighley, Emily Weir, and the entire team at the Game Awards for always championing the visibility of our development community.
Don't miss the big show this Thursday, December 11th.
We didn't.
We could see Despelote be crowned.
We're watching this a little late.
Spotlight on one of our team members, Cataxis, who just released an amazing book exploring the Central American game industry, videojuegos hechos en Centroamérica. You can pick it up now on Amazon.
Make sure to tune in to all of our showcase friends throughout the Game Awards season. Tune in for the Indie Game Awards on the 18th, where we'll crown
for that too.
Latin American Game of the Year. This showcase wouldn't exist without our broadcast partners, our community partners, and every platform that helped boost our signal.
And of course, a heartfelt thank you to our global co-streamers, our developers, and you for being here with us.
Wishlist your favorites, play some demos, and enjoy some discounts at our Steam event. Don't forget to check out our dedicated promo page on GOG and use the code LATSHowcase15.
My name is Steffi Varela, and it's always an honor to host for you. And as tradition demands, before we wrap up, we have one more thing.
Hijo, vení. Estoy acá.
No sabes ni a qué te están mandando a hacer, Abel. ¿Cómo voy a saber si te pasa algo?
Justamente por eso me tengo que ir, María. Escúchame bien, Joaco. Yo no sé cuánto va a durar esto ni cuándo voy a volver. Hace las cosas con calma, con coraje.
Dios en la tierra y ellos en el cielo. Amén.
Very stalker.
Y cuando las voces se hicieron carne en el viento, cuando la niebla habló con nombre propio, Carué supo que debía seguirlo. Aun si del otro lado solo quedara el eco, aun si lo que fuera que llamó a su padre ya se lo hubiera tragado. A veces uno cruza, no por valentía, sino porque ya es tarde para volver.
Path into the abyss. Cool.
Actually, I lied. It's the Game Awards. This moment is too special for just one more thing. So how about two?
Fuzzy Pickle? You think the game looks like this? Oh, we've seen this game before.
Templo un día llorona cuando al pasar yo te vi. Salías del templo un día llorona cuando al pasar yo te vi. Hermoso vivir llevabas llorona que hasta la Virgen te creí. Hermoso vivir llevabas llorona que hasta la Virgen te creí. Ay de mi llorona, 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 alma doliente.
So fucking sick. All I wanna do, all I wanna be is someone who gets to see a giant woman. A giant woman! Well, that was the Latin American Game Showcase. Always a pleasure. Even if there isn't a game that was for you, you gotta admit, the presentation. Like, this show is so well produced. Such a good show every year. So worth my time. Never fails to disappoint. They're doing a little animation thing. Is it restarting? Oh, okay. They're just doing the thing. Anyways, I'll never forgive a Steffi for lying to me. Rain sound with with thunder sounds. Oh God. Girly leap. Okay.